What is going on, everybody? I am Hoops and Hip Hop, and you know what? Originally today I was going to have a different video go live instead of this one, but as you probably have been hearing in the Pokemon community, there is some stuff going on that is it's creating a lot of controversy, it's creating a lot of discussion, and I just really feel like I needed to get my 2 cents in, get my personal thoughts on the subject, so that's what we're going to be doing today. So just to recap really quick, the thing that everyone has been freaking out about ever since Tuesday when Nintendo gave some more details about Pokemon Sword and Shield is that apparently there is going to be no national dex in Pokemon Sword and Shield. Junichi Masuda stated that basically, when it relates to Pokemon Home and transferring Pokemon into the game, you will only be able to do so if that Pokemon is a part of the Galar Regional Pokedex. And then he went on to talk about how they had to select a group of Pokemon just for balancing issues and to make it so they didn't have to make fans wait as long for the game. And so the issue here that is making a lot of people really upset is the fact that not every single Pokemon is in the game. A, there's no National Pokedex, and B, depending on like which Pokemon you have that you want to transfer over from older games, you might not be able to do that if they're not in the Galar Pokedex. So it's an issue of like the concept of transferring Pokemon from older games and the issue of the national dex. In this video, I'm going to be giving my discussion and thoughts and opinions about this whole issue as it relates to the national dex, and I'll actually be talking about the whole transferring Pokemon side of this discussion in a podcast that I'm doing over on UCast Studios as well. So be sure to click the iCard to check that out as well, and subscribe if you're interested in that sort of thing. But as far as this video goes, once again, we are going to be talking about the National Pokedex. The National Pokedex has been a thing pretty much for most of Pokemon's history. It was not in Pokemon Sun and Moon, and now it looks like it's not going to be in Pokemon Sword and Shield as well. And obviously the argument against Game Freak's decision to not have the National Pokedex is that you're taking Pokemon out of the game that should be there, you're not allowing people to use their favorite Pokemon, and we're kind of going against the whole mantra that is Pokemon that's literally gotta catch them all. If not every Pokemon's in the game, you can't catch them all. And before I get into the specifics of my opinion itself, I am gonna just kind of state my overall, just like general opinion for what it's worth in basically 1 to 2 sentences. And that is that I absolutely see why people are disappointed in the lack of a National Pokedex. I am disappointed myself as well, but I do not believe that it should ruin the game for anyone. And that is personally what has made me so kind of upset in my own right about people's reaction to this whole thing, because I have seen so many people that are essentially saying that the National Pokedex not being in the game ruins the game for them. They are renouncing Pokemon. Pokemon is dead to them. They're not going to be pre-ordering the game anymore. Just those type of things, all because some old Pokemon aren't in this new game. And that's kind of the discussion I want to talk about. Like, is not having old Pokemon in a new game really that big a deal? I mean, obviously, having every Pokemon in the game would be a good thing. Like, no one is going to say that it doesn't matter to have all the Pokemon in the game, because it does. What I kind of want to talk about in this particular video and discussion is that not having all the Pokemon in the game should not affect your enjoyment of the game, at least for the most part. I have been hearing arguments saying like, well, what if your favorite Pokemon is one of the Pokemon that is cut? Like, how is that going to make you feel? Well, personally, answering that question for myself, I would say I don't give a flying fart if Cyndaquil is not included in the newest Pokemon game. That is not going to affect my enjoyment of Pokemon Sword and Shield if I don't get to use Cyndaquil. Obviously, I love Cyndaquil. He's my favorite Pokemon for a reason, but I do not base my enjoyment on a particular Pokemon game based on whether or not I can use a specific Pokemon. Obviously, everyone has their own reasons for playing Pokemon games and why they enjoy them, but I think if you're basing whether or not you enjoy a game on your ability to use an individual Pokemon, I think you're really looking at it the wrong way, and you're honestly undermining the work that people have put in to making a new Pokemon game experience. I think when you go into a brand new Pokemon game, especially when it's truly a new Pokemon game and not a remake or something like that, that the focus in terms of like what you're looking to get out of the game should always be on that new stuff. Like, it should be on the new region. It should be on how beautiful the game looks graphically. It should be about on the new Pokemon themselves. Like, honestly, when it comes to like my personal experience with Pokemon games, the first time I run through a new Pokemon game that is the beginning of a new generation and we have new Pokemon, I never use older Pokemon. I am always exclusively using new Pokemon because that's what they're there for. Like, the new experience, the new excitement of new places and Pokemon and characters to discover, that's what makes a Pokemon game great, at least in my opinion, and I feel like I'm not alone in that aspect as well. So I just feel like there's way too much weight being put on stuff that isn't the new content of the game, and that's what the game should be judged on, is the new content. So like, let me put it to you this way. A really like kind of a good analogy that I thought of when kind of tackling this issue in this discussion is a few years ago when the PS4 came out, a lot of people were really wanting it to be backwards compatible with like the PS3 and the PS2, because the PS3 for a little bit was backwards compatible with the previous PlayStations, the PS2 was backwards compatible with the PS1, so people wanted the PS4 to be backwards compatible as well. And obviously it's not, and I remember kind of that being a downer for some people, a bummer, because it was not like backwards compatible. But if you were looking at it from like, if you were looking at that argument specifically, like if backwards compatibility was something you were hoping for in the PlayStation 4, sure, you could be bummed that it wasn't there, but you cannot call the PlayStation 4 a garbage system or a piece of trash or whatever type of insult you want to give it, because it doesn't have PlayStation 3 games or PlayStation 2 games on it. Because that's not what it's trying to be. It's not trying to be a PlayStation 2 or PlayStation 3, so you can't call it garbage for something that it's not trying to do. You have to judge it based on what it does as a PlayStation 4 and not a PlayStation 3 or a PlayStation 2. And then from there, you can obviously give it extra praise if it has those features, but you can't really like take away from it or like chastise it, if you will, for a feature that it's not trying to be in the first place. And obviously, like, Pokemon is a whole different set of issues, but I thought that kind of analogy was a good way to describe it, where yes, we want older Pokemon in the game. We want to see all the Pokemon, because everyone has their favorites. We want to catch them all, obviously, like, that makes a lot of sense. And once again, don't get me wrong, like I said in the initial opinion, I definitely am disappointed as well, but my perspective on it, literally when I watched the direct and they made that statement, I was literally like, oh, well, that's kind of lame. I was not like, well, pre-order canceled, well, Pokemon is dead to me, shutting down my channel, I don't care anymore. Like, that's just honestly stupid, because I'm not playing Pokemon Sword and Shield. When I watch these trailers, I'm not saying, oh man, I cannot wait to pre-order Pokemon Sword and Shield so I can play with Johto Pokemon again, Hoenn Pokemon again. I cannot wait to play with the Pokemon I've played with literally for 10, 20 years. That's not why I'm buying the game. I'm buying the game so I can explore the Galar region. I'm buying the game so I can get introduced to the new Pokemon and find out what they're all about and use them and battle with them. I'm playing the new game for the new gym leaders, the new characters, the new story. I'm buying the game for the new stuff. I don't know about you, but I'm buying the game for the new stuff. And honestly, like, I can't really invalidate any one person's reason for enjoying Pokemon games, because we all have our individual things that make Pokemon great to us, and that's fine. But I think if you are the type of person that puts so much weight on having like older Pokemon there, I really think you should reevaluate kind of why you're buying the new Pokemon game then. If you care so much about the older stuff, buying the new Pokemon game should not matter as much to you, and therefore you shouldn't be as upset, because it shouldn't be as big a deal. Like, the whole point of a new Pokemon game is the new content. And then in terms of just like the amount of Pokemon we're gonna get anyway, that's really why it's not that big a deal to me, because I am fully confident that we're gonna get plenty of Pokemon. People really don't realize that we're kind of getting to a boiling point in terms of the number of Pokemon we have. We literally have, like, we're going to more than likely have over 900 Pokemon by the time that the full Galar Dex is put out, which is insane. Like, every single Pokemon has a unique inspiration, has a unique design, has unique traits that it's given, and now we're gonna have over 900 of those. That is insane, especially when you consider that a moveset has to be thought of for all of those. A typing has to be thought of for all of those. They all have to be programmed, they all have to be modeled, they all have to be given idle animations and move animations. Like, it is an insane amount of work, not to mention all of the other stuff that they have to do to complete the game. So while once again, in my opinion, minorly disappointing, it's not a big deal because I know that there's still going to be a really good selection of Pokemon overall. Like, in the trailers and in the gameplay that we have seen, they have showed an ample variety of Pokemon in terms of like different generations that are featured. And I have all of the confidence in the world that not only is that variety going to be maintained, but on top of that, I believe that we will have probably at least like half of the Pokedex to like pick from, so like about 450 Pokemon. And think about that, 450 Pokemon is basically the amount of Pokemon we had through Generation 4. Like, that is a lot of Pokemon. Like, no one was complaining that we only had 493 Pokemon when Generation 4 was out. So, like, I realize we have a whole lot more Pokemon, people like them, blah, blah, blah. But I really, like, I think if you're complaining about only having 450 Pokemon, only used very, very loosely here, then I just feel like there's kind of like, I don't know, a sense of, I don't want to say like a sense of entitlement, like, all the way, but I just feel like people should be grateful for what we have, because what we have, even if it's not like all 900 plus Pokemon, is still really crazy. Like, that's still a lot, especially when once again it's mostly going to be about the new stuff anyway. So all in all, I'm gonna wrap up here because I kind of feel like I'm starting to ramble a little bit, but all in all, my opinion on this matter is it's fine to be disappointed. I'm a little disappointed myself, but do not, for the love of Arceus, let this feature ruin your experience with the game. Don't let it ruin your opinion of the game, and don't let it overshadow all of the amazing things that this game has to offer. Because once again, this game is about the new content. This game is about the amazing Galar region that is based on the UK and has so much culture and life to it. It is about the fact that it's on the Nintendo Switch and therefore looks just beautiful. It has an amazing sense of scale and openness to it. It's about new features like the wild area, where it's literally an open world section in a Pokemon game, something we've all dreamed about. And it's about the new Pokemon and characters as well, the new starters that look amazing. You have Wooloo, who's already a fan favorite. You have literally an electric type Corgi Pokemon. There is so much to love here. Do not let it be ruined by the fact that old content is not in the game, because that is not what the game is about. But with all of that being said, I think that is a good place to leave off. Hopefully you guys understand where I'm coming from. I feel like I kind of stated my opinions in a pretty like well thought out and respectful way. If you feel differently, definitely feel free to let me know in the comments below, but this is definitely like I don't want things to get out of hand in terms of attacking people. That's not what my channel is about. So I will respect your opinions if you respect my opinions, as long as you leave your opinions in the comments in a well thought out, respectful way. But with all that being said, if you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to give it a like. Once again, all thoughts and opinions in the comments below. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe as well for more new Pokemon content every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Yes, that's my schedule. I almost forgot there for a second. And once again, if you want to hear my thoughts on the whole transferring Pokemon like from older games issue, and like whether or not that's like really worth getting upset over, I'm going to be doing a podcast on that over on the UCast Studios channel tomorrow. Once again, iCard in the description. Check that out if you're interested, and definitely subscribe because it helps out the channel. And if you also want to help out the channel further in addition to that, you can check me out on Spotify, listen to my music. It directly supports the channel and is is greatly appreciated. With all that being said though, I'll be back with another video on Saturday, so be sure to hit the notification bell for that. And with all that being said, I will see you guys next time. I know this is a sensitive topic, but I still love you guys nonetheless, and until the next one, I will smell you guys later.